professor in the Department of Science and Technology at Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University, Jaipur. Today I am going to take the lecture on the subject name Open Source Technology, and the today's session is Automatic System Task with cron and anacron. These are the topics which I have covered in this session. First is the overview of cron and anacron. Second is installing cron and anacron. In this, they are basically divided into three parts. First is running the cron service, starting and stopping the cron service, stopping the cron service. Now comes to the configuring anacron jobs, then configuring cron jobs, and the last is black and white listening of cron jobs. Now first is cron and anacron. These two terms, cron and anacron, are the daemons that can schedule execution of recurring task to a certain point in the time defined by the exact time. Day of the month, day of the week, and the week, right? Or if you see about cron, then the job of cron can run as often as every minute. However, the utility assumes that the system is running continuously, and if the system is not at the time when a job is scheduled, the job is not executed. That means when the system is executed, that is that job is processing. Okay, otherwise that is not executed. Now, what is anacron? Anacron remembers the scheduled jobs. If the system is not running at the time when the job is scheduled, the job is then executed as soon as the system is up. However, anacron can only run a job once a day. Okay, so basically we found that when the scheduled job is running, this cron is active, and when scheduled job is not running, then anacron, it is just, you can say, the reminder. It reminds what the system is to be executed, or which job is to be executed. Okay, so and this is of course run a job once a day, because all the time it is not possible to remember all the tasks. Okay, because all the tasks we kept in the mind, and presently what task you are doing is in the active mode, and the rest of the tasks are in the, no, you can say, non-active mode. Okay, now comes to the installing cron and anacron. To install cron and anacron, you need to install the crony package with cron, and the crony anacron package with anacron. That is, crony anacron is a sub package of crony. Okay, so to install the packages, you have to use the yum command in the following form, like you type yum install package, so that you can install this crony anacron package. Okay, like for example, to install both cron and anacron, type the following command at a shell prompt, then tilde sign, square braces, hash yum install crony anacron. Okay, so this is a full package to install the to install this package on the C prompt. You have to type this command. Now comes to the running cron service. The cron and anacron jobs are both picked by the cron service. Okay, so it is basically divided into three: starting and stopping the cron service, stopping the cron service, and the restarting the cron service. Now starting and stopping the cron service, in this, to determine if the service is running, use the command service cron status. You have to type use this cron. Okay, so to run the cron service in the current session, type the following at the shell prompt as root. You have to type service cron start means you are just starting, okay, this service. And to configure the service to be automatically started at boot time, you have to use following command if you want to do it automatically. Check config cron on. Now the second is stopping the cron service. That thing in the previous slide, if this is automatically running, then you need to stop this cron service. So how would you do this? So to stop the cron service, type the following at the shell prompt as root service cron stop. You have to write just stop, okay. So to disable starting the service at boot time, use the following command, okay, like in the previous. In this service cron start and the check config cron on, okay. Now here service cron stop or service cron off. Here you have to write start and on, and here you have to type stop and the off. Now the third one is the restarting the cron service. To restart the cron service, type the following at the shell prompt, that is service cron restart. Okay, you have to simply write in place of on or off or stop or start, you have to type start, okay, sorry, restart. So this command stops the service and starts it again in quick succession. Now comes to the configuring Anacron jobs. The main configuration file to schedule jobs is the etc Anacron tab file, which can be accessed by the root user. So the file contains the following, like you have seen in this screen, like shell bin sh path, this is the path, malito root, this is the maximal random, these all are the steps, okay, or you can say the commands. Now the first three lines, that is start, path and malito. See in this shell, path, malito, okay. So this defines the variables that configure the environment in which the Anacron task run. Like in C or C++, if you write a program, you have to initialize the variables, then after you use those variables, okay. Without initialization you cannot be able to use those variables. So same as here, shell means shell environment used for running. In the example like bash shell, in Unix you have learned many shells like cone shell, C shell and bash shell, okay. So the next is a path. Path means to execute to executable programs, and malito means username of the user who receives the output of the Anacron job by email. So if the malito variable is not defined, okay, so the email is not sent. So it is very important to be defined the malito variable, right? So the next two variables that is modified and schedule time for the defined jobs are random delay. Random delay means the maximum number of minutes that will be added to the delay in minutes variable, which is specified for each job. The minimum delay value is set by default to 6 minutes, like see in this. This maximum, here we write malito equals to root, means the maximum delay, random delay added to the base delay of the job. So you have to specify random delay equals to 45, okay. So if random delay is, for example, set to 12, then between 6 and 12 minutes are added to the delay in minutes for each job in that particular Anacron tab, right? So the random delay can also be set to a value below 6, including 0, right? So when set to 0, no random delay is added. So this proves to be useful when, for example, more computers that share one network connection need to download the same data every day. So the start hours range is the interval when scheduled jobs can be run in hours. So in case the time interval is missed, for example due to power failure, the scheduled jobs are not executed, that delay. Okay, so you have to write the start hours range. Okay, so the remaining lines in the etc anacron tab file represent scheduled jobs and follow this format. Like see here, I am talking about these lines: period delay in delay minutes job. Okay, so the periods in delay in minutes job identifier commands. Periods in day means frequency of job executed in a day. So the property value can be defined as integer or a macro, like daily, weekly or monthly. When a daily denotes means the same value as integer 1, and weekly the same as 7, and the monthly specifies that the job is run once a month regardless of the length of the month. So the displayed minutes means the number of minutes anacron waits before executing the job. So this property value is defined as an integer if the value is set to 0 and no delay applies. Okay, so job identifier means unique names referring to a particular job used in the log files. Command means command to be executed. The command can be either a command such as IIS or procs, this angle braces, a TMP, procs, or a command which executes a custom script. Now any lines that begins with a hash sign are comments that are not processed. Like in C, C++, we are using a single line comment, we are using a multiple line comments like single slash or a slash with a star. Okay, so same here we are using the hash sign. Now the configuration file for cron jobs is the etc cron tab. Okay, which can be only modified by the root user. This file contains the following like shell, binash, same for the anacron. Okay, so Melito root, these all we are also mentioned in the anacron. Okay, so same for the cron jobs also. The first 3 lines contain the same variable definition as an anacron tab file, shell, path and Melito as I told you. Now in addition the file can define the home variable. Now this home, this is not in the anacron, okay, this is in the cron job. So the home variable defines the directory which will be used as the home directory when executing commands or scripts run by the job. So the remaining lines in the etc cron tab file represent scheduled jobs and have the following format. And what is this format? Like minute, hour, day, month, day of the week, username and command. So this minute means any integer 0 to 59, hour means 0 to 23, day means 1 to 31, must be valid day if the month is specified. Okay, like some month is of 30 and some month is of 31st. Then the month means any integer from 1 to 12 of course. Okay, so day of the week means 0 to 7 you have to specify, and the following defines other jobs also like username and command, and this username is specify the user under which the jobs are run, and the command means the commands to be executed. So means which job is running, it comes in the under a username, and in the command you have to mention that which command is to be executed, right? So the command can be either a command such as this or a command which executes a custom scripts. Now comes to the controlling access to cron. Of course it is necessary to, if something is running or executed, then you need to control those commands. Okay, So to restrict the access to cron, you can use the etc cron.allow and etc cron.deny, means you have to deny either or deny files. So these access control files use the same format with one username on each line. So the mind that no white space characters are permitted in either files. So if the cron.allow file exists, then only user listed in the file are allowed to use cron, and the cron.deny file means you have to ignore that file. Okay. So if the cron.allow file does not exist, then the user listed in the cron.deny file are not allowed to use cron, means you cannot take the permission. Okay, so that's why you have to you have no as such a other way for deny. Okay, so the cron daemon, that means cron does not have to be restarted if the access control files are modified. The access control files are checked each time a user tries to add or delete cron jobs. Okay, so the root user can always use cron regardless of the usernames listed in the access control files. Now in this you can control the access also through the pluggable authentication modules like PAM, that is pluggable authentication module. So the settings are stored in the etc security access.config file. Like example, after adding the following line to the file, no other user but the root user can create cron tabs, right? So here you have to type all except root :cron, means the forbidden jobs are logged in an appropriate log file, or when using cron tab -e, that means return to the standard output. Now comes to the black and white listing of cron jobs, means the black and white listing of jobs is used to define parts of a job that do not need to be executed. Okay, so this is of course useful when calling the run parts script on the cron directory, such as etc cron.daily. If the user adds programs located in the directory to the job blacklist, the run parts script will not execute these programs. So to define a blacklist, create a jobs.deny files in the directory that run part scripts will be executing from. Like if you need to omit a particular program from etc cron.daily, so and create the etc cron.daily jobs.deny files. So in this file, specify the names of the programs to be omitted from execution. If the job runs a command which runs the program from the cron.daily directory, like run parts etc cron.daily, the programs defined in the jobs.deny file will not be executed. And to define a whitelist, create a jobs.allow file. Now this is all about this session. This is a question for the practice. How to configure cron jobs? Explain it. Thank you. This session powered by Digital Version 2.0 Jayoti Vidyapeeth Women's University. Hope you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in comment box. I will resolve it. Thank you.